Ladies and gentlemen, Primetime CP23 here, back with another Diablo 3 Season 11 starter guide. Today we're looking at the Necromancer. Just to be completely upfront with my audience here, this is going to suck for Necromancer players. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. So the build that's on screen currently is what I started with. I did have the Arathma helmet. I recently switched to Arathma helmets. So there was the full 4-piece bonus. But even with this, with Grasps of Essence, a Ancient Hellfire, an Oculus, and a Ancient Obsidian Ring, I could still only really do about T2, about Torment 2. So I decided, you know what? I'm sorry, Necromancer players, but this is just going to be a rough early season for you. Now, of course, once you get through this part of the season where you only have this 4-set bonus to work with, your minions have a chance to reduce the cooldown of Army of the Dead by 1 second each time they deal damage, and you gain 1% damage reduction for 15 seconds each time one of your minions deal damage, max 50 stacks. So yeah, you can max out at 50% damage reduction, but you have nothing that increases your damage. And that's actually my mistake here. We should be running Army of the Dead with the Dead Storm rune instead of, or I'm sorry, Death Valley, not Dead Storm, instead of Molting. So anyway, so what I did is I just added a couple more legendaries, and I figure, you know what, it's just going to be a rough first day or two for Necromancer players, and there's not really much I can do about that. So I went ahead and added in the Scythe of the Cycle so that my secondary skills deal 267% additional damage when Bone Armor is active, but they reduce the duration of Bone Armor by 4 seconds. My understanding is that that does work with the Death Nova that we get, or the Blood Nova rather, that we get with Iron Rose. Attacking with Siphon Blood has a 42% chance to cast a free Blood Nova. So, I mean, it can be pretty frequent that we get Blood Novas for free. So, then, Poe folds, whatever. 3 more enemies within 12 yards, you release a Vile Stench, dealing 494% weapon damage as poison every second for 5 seconds to enemies within 15 yards. Then we're using an Oculus ring with an Enforcer in it, Obsidian ring with an Esoteric Alteration for some damage reduction, and a Hellfire amulet with a Boyarski's chip in it for some additional Thorns damage. We also have a Topaz in our Scythe of the Cycle to give us 4,000 additional Thorns damage. So right now we're sitting at almost 33,000 Thorns damage. With Aberrant Animator, our minions are going to get 200% of that Thorns damage. We're using the Bloodsucker rune on Siphon Blood, so in addition to siphoning blood and getting the chance for those free Blood Novas, we're also pulling health globes within 40 yards to us, which is pretty much the whole screen. Corpse Explosion with Close Quarters just for some uh, extra burst damage, combined with Land of the Dead with the Shallow Graves rune. It adds up to quite a bit of burst damage. Bone Armor with Harvest of Anguish, just for increased movement speed. Army of the Dead with Death Valley to knock enemies to the center of the Army of the Dead. It looks like that. And Command Skeletons with the Frenzy rune. Then we're using Final Service as a cheat death passive. Life from Death to spawn some extra health globes. Swift Harvesting to increase the attack speed of Siphon Blood, therefore giving us more Blood Novas and Aberrant Animator, as I was talking about earlier. As with all of these builds, we are using all Marquee level gems. No Paragon currently. And in the cube, Mad Monarch Scepter, which is a weapon that you can get from bounties, so are the Poe Folds. Cindercoat does nothing for us because we don't have fire skills, and Arboreal Grandeur, which doesn't matter because we are wearing 4 pieces. So let's go ahead and get right into this GR20. So right away we're just kind of looking for a little bit of density. There's some density. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. That was actually a misclick. As you can see, we're just spamming Corpse Explosion. And back to looking for some density. In my personal opinion, the Necromancer is kind of getting boned in their first season as a new class because, yeah, they are the brand new class, and I understand that the Bones of Rathma set is the quote classic Necromancer fantasy, but it's not that strong. Especially the 4-piece bonus of it is not very strong at all. So they're just kind of getting boned. There's just not a whole lot that there's just not a whole lot that the Necromancers can do very, very early season until they have a couple of legendaries, as I have currently with this build. So, but I mean, I think Necromancer is going to have a place in the group meta, and I think that's really going to, help solidify that Necromancer was in fact a good thing to come to the game. And there's another pack. So we're basically just hunting for packs here. Just can't quite seem to kill this one. There we go. Here we go. Hopefully I can get to some enemies so that this conduit isn't wasted. And a new floor. Awesome. There's a pack. Alrighty, well we got one pack killed out of the way, so that was good. That's the other good thing about the rune that I'm using on Siphon Blood, is that if there are some health globes scattered across the scattered at various places across the map, you can literally just click on Siphon Blood for a split second, and you'll pull in all the health globes. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Still gonna die. Yeah, this is kind of a problem. I have problems with the Warlash to start with. I hate this dude. And that's why, because he summons 2 clones of himself and then just kills you. Here we go. Hopefully we can kill him here. Okay, we were able to kill him there, so that could have been a lot worse. As soon as we got Land of the Dead back up, we were able to just smoke him out. So that was good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to conclude our starter build series for Season 11 of Diablo 3. I hope you all enjoyed this series. At times these videos have been a bit of a struggle to make, just because, you know, it's a different kind of challenge to try and make these videos. Because I have been trying to make them very, very, very simple, while at the same time not making them, you know, too weak. So I did enjoy making these videos, and I look forward to making starter build videos for Season 12 when the time comes. Please stay tuned. If you're watching this, then it is currently Wednesday, July 19th, which means tomorrow is the day. Season 11 will begin. I'm going to be streaming all night and probably for a good majority of the day on Friday as well. So make sure to tune into my stream at twitch.tv/primetimecp23. It's the link up in the top right-hand corner of the video. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Primetime CP23, and I'm out.